Well, it's the end of an era. It's time to say goodbye to the Georgia Guidestones, who they stood for decades, I think since 1979, but finally officially finished in 2022. And let's take a look at what happened here. So the explosion in Elberton, Georgia Guidestones gone for good. So there was an unexpected explosion. It happened, I guess, at 4 a.m. And it was apparently somebody or something. They're still gathering the information. Not sure if it was just some bad actors or a bombing or an act of God. We shall wait for the details. It could be any and all of the above. There was some footage showing a car leaving the scene. Maybe that was it. Maybe not. It's quite a mystery, just like the Guidestones themselves. So after the sun came up, there's a drone footage capturing the aftermath. I'll roll a little bit of that. Now, conspiracy theorists have been obsessed with the Guidestones for decades. The mysterious monument was allegedly designed as a guide, of course, for humankind. Futuristic sort of 10 commandments, if you will, to keep people balanced with their natural surroundings. However, the very first one of those guidelines suggested that the population should be kept at a maximum 500 million. And for the entire planet of 8 billion, that kind of presented a kind of conflict of sorts. So was this a multi-monolith built by enlightened prophets from the heavens? Or were they built by twisted eugenicists obsessed with depopulating the amount of useless eaters infesting the earth? Though there are several theories. One of them I've even seen suggested that there would be this futuristic flooding that would wipe out Florida and the coast, and that the Guidestones would serve as the beacon for people entering from the ocean, I guess, and they would find this monolith on the beach. Kind of like people looking for the Statue of Liberty back in the day. Like, oh, we've arrived. And then, hey, all of a sudden you've got this this path. These people, there's 8 different languages. So now they could learn from that and guide themselves in their new future. And these were built to stand the test of time, but of course were leveled into rubble in just a day. Crazy how things end. So now we can pass this information along since it's no longer standing. Here are the 10 commandments, if you will, in 8 different languages. And the first one, obviously the most controversial: maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. So maybe if they should have said 5 billion, because we're that would at least give us a indicator of, oh, okay, well, maybe that's a more reasonable sounding number, and we're overpopulated, but maybe not by too much. And but that is the main thing. So a lot of people thought these were satanic. They could be. I'm not disputing that. I have no idea what the initial intentions were. And it's kind of hard to edit them once they're already up in place. But it doesn't matter anymore. It said guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. There's a lot of things I can agree with, but the number 500 million seems a bit small unless they can actually prove that there's a problem with that population. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the ideal number should be, but it's a large planet, and I'm sure it can hold much more than that. It says unite humanity with a living new language. I would love to see that. Everybody on the same page worldwide with one language. I think that would be ideal rather than having these on 8 different tablets. It says to rule with passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Yeah, seems reasonable. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. I think it's a great idea. So it says let's all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Depends on where they're going with that. It might be sound a little oversimplified, but it's never a bad idea, I suppose, to have a second opinion in case, one country or nation gets out of control. It's set up kind of like the United States, with its checks and balances, and the federal laws versus the state laws, and sometimes the Fed has to get involved to settle disputes amongst the states. Also says avoid petty laws and useless officials. Yeah, we got a lot of those. Again, in total agreement. Balance personal rights with social duties. Some of this, it does sound like it's from enlightened prophets, and that there is a great point to be made here as we struggle through our evolution and to find a system that works. Now, the Constitution has been probably the best by far example for humanity to live by, but even that wasn't meant to last forever. It says also prizing truth and beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Great idea again. And be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Sure, I think that's a case to be made, but 500 million, again, a little small, and probably led to the ultimate downfall of whatever this great grand vision ultimately was. We're not entirely sure. Not sure if they're going to be rebuilt anytime soon either. So there you go. The end of the era. The Georgia Guidestones no more. There it is, with the unceremoniously leveled after the first pillar was knocked down. All in one day. Crazy times. But here we are, 2022. And that's it. So thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time.